Damn, really nice. Okay. Nice colors, fresh, dynamic. I mean, image gen is just incredible when it comes to images and text. Okay, today we're going to look at Codex, the new plugin called Product Design, which has a bunch of skills in it. We're going to generate a more comprehensive UI and then a simple one-page layout. So let's go. Okay, so the first thing, how do you get access to the plugin? Obviously, you need Codex application, probably one of the better ones currently on the market when it comes to agentic coding, vibe coding. So to get access to it, you just go to plugins and you can either search in the search input, type in product design, or it's going to be on the list. As you can see, it's enabled for me. So let's have a look what's inside of it. So like I've mentioned, it's a bunch of skills. There's actually 11 skills, which you can also interrogate the copy of them, which is actually pretty awesome, because you can then use the same skill maybe in Cursor, maybe in Claude Code, and so on. So that's pretty awesome. So the 11 skills are audit, then there's a design Q&A, the get context, ideate, image to code, product design skill, prototype, research, share, URL to code, user context. So let's click into like the audit one. So as you can see, it is just pretty much just text that you can copy. And again, this is beautiful because you can just see if it works in Codex, and maybe you don't want to use Codex at all. You don't want to be, stuck with the OpenAI LLMs only, and maybe you can just use it in Cursor. So if you have, just let me know and just drop me a comment. That would be pretty awesome. So that's how you enable it. And then let's go and give this a try and see how it actually performs. The other thing that I also have enabled in this instance of Codex is an MCP server from Miro. So as you can see, Miro is enabled here. You can just Google MCP Miro to know how to set it up. It's just pretty much just copy and paste one command and then authenticate. And actually what this allows the Codex in this case is to go and interrogate the Miro board, see what is actually in the board, look at the post-its, the nodes, the user flows, or whatever else, and that can be used as additional context when you are generating stuff. So what I'm going to try and do in Codex today is get some inspiration from Linear. As you can see, it's kind of a nice and clean. People tend to really like this UI. So we are going to use this as a starting point. And what I have done so far is actually I just took screenshots from the Linear production environment and just pasted it into the Miro board, which we'll use as additional context, because the Miro MCP actually allows the MCP client to actually see the images as well. So just keep that in mind. If you are working within a company that uses Miro, it's super useful. It's super useful. It goes beyond just analyzing diagrams. It can actually look at images, maybe your like mood boards and so on for additional context. The last thing I'm going to use is just one of the design.md files. You can get one of one of many. As you can see, the list is huge. And thanks to Google, we now have a standard called design.md. So you can get it from getdesign.md URL, see at the top here. And I am going to pick, just for fun, Figma. So it's pretty nicely laid out website. You can preview the design, see the color theme, the typography, buttons, and so on. So we're going to use this. Okay, so let's copy first the design.md. So to be able to copy it, we just click on design.md and there's a copy button. We are going to go to Codex, just paste this as the first context. And then let's go back to Miro here and just paste the URL. That's how you can share it with the MCP client. In our case, Codex. Just copy that. Let's just paste it as well here. And then I think that's it. Yeah, that is pretty much it. I am going to tag the product design plugin as well. And then I'm going to describe what I want this to be. The last thing is we are in full access. So it's just going to be doing the work. It shouldn't be asking questions other than the ones related to the actual design itself. Model-wise, we are on 5.5. I was hoping 5.6 would drop today, but unfortunately not. 5.5, I'm going to stick with high, and I am just going to start talking to it. Hey, I did add a bunch of, well, one text file which defines the color theme and kind of the design system I want you to use. If you could please use the Miro MCP server and access the Miro board, it should have a bunch of images with a few sticky notes. We will use this as a reference. I really like the linear design, and I would like to create a very similar application, which is for product management and issue tracking. Please also use the product design plugin that you have, and let's go through the whole workflow and just send this off. Okay, so it's giving us the actual product brief, which is quite nice. So build a linear inspired product management and issue tracking app for AI for work, workspace. After you confirm, I will move to product design, generate 3 visual directions. Really awesome. Wait for my pick, then build the selected prototype. I love that. One thing to confirm, should this be a full interactive functional navigation, filters, model state, settings? Hey, so I do really like the brief. We can move to ideate, but I think I would like to have a little bit of interactivity. Let's find the balance so the generation doesn't take too long, but I still would like to be able to navigate through pages, be able to even maybe create a new issue as well. Thank you. Okay, so we've got our 3 different generations. Let's actually have a look at them. Nice. Can we zoom in? Yes, we can. Okay, so for now, guys, these are just images using the OpenAI image gen version 2, which is amazing. Okay, so this is what it generated. So these 3 options should be different, completely different. Yeah, this is nice and clean. The grouping maybe is off, like the try section here at the bottom should probably be a little bit higher or really at the bottom. And then obviously there's an issue when it comes to this alignment here, too much white space. Okay, so we have first option, then the second option. Okay, more colors, completely different layout. Call to action, main call to action is blackish versus blue. Let's actually check the colors as well with the Figma design system. It actually generated Figma and Notion and Google Docs. Pretty nice. Yeah, so pretty much the same, the lime color here. I'll be happy using this application. And the third one, okay, so this one is a bit more comprehensive. Again, different color when it comes to call to action, which is nice to see, a variety, right? So it's not just like taking one design and just making small changes. It actually made a few changes that are significant. Yeah, this one looks cool. We've got avatars. We've got like an inbox style. So like a Google inbox or Outlook style with the issues on the left-hand side and the details. I think this is so far, this is the best layout. So I think I'm going to pick this one and we'll see if it's going to actually succeed. Hey, so I do really like the third option. Really nice work. Just please remember, if you need any assets, like for empty states or maybe avatar images, please, generate those using image gen. And yeah, let's just build this prototype. And once it's built, just please run it for me so we can see it working. Thanks. Okay, so let's send this off. By the way, so far to this point, it took around 9 minutes, as you can see here. It's not bad for like three very different kind of layouts. So far, I'm pretty happy with it. So I'm going to see you once we get some output out of this. Yeah, it's pretty awesome. I'll show you in a second what it actually has generated. As you can see, there are some avatar images and a graphic, but we'll have a look at it in a second. Now it's running the inbuilt browser and it's obviously taking over the cursor, just checking the UI to see if things work, which is pretty incredible to experience if you haven't before. You can obviously do the same thing in cursor. Interesting thing that Codex actually does is you can see here there's an image. It actually compares with the generated image, the version that we have actually picked. So it compares the image to the actual code that was generated. And it's trying to identify the differences and then obviously make the changes. So that's the QA part of the product design plugin. Probably took around 25 minutes, maybe half an hour to get where we are now. So if I were to look at the files it generated, so we can have a look what was added. Okay, so we've got our application. Again, my folder was completely empty. It probably took half an hour because it had to set up the application from scratch, the Vita application from scratch. But in public assets, you will see that we've got our avatar sheet, and then there's an empty issue drawing as well, pretty nice. And then the reference image that it based the design of Let's actually try and open this in the actual browser. So we are now in Chrome, not Codex. Maybe it's going to be better. The drop downs, these are just system drop downs, and then create issue. Can we do anything with it? So you can create an issue. Yeah, it's nice and clean, inbox style. What else? So we've got our image, the projects work. It doesn't look like slop, like an AI slop, to me at least. Let me know in the comments what you think actually about the UI itself. It obviously had linear as inspiration. Hey, can you generate a landing page for a fitness gym? Just one HTML, keep it simple, one HTML file. Generate also any assets that you might need to be able to make the page look visually pleasing. Okay, so we've got our 3 generations back. Okay, so it did split those differently. And as you can see, they are different, even just looking at the thumbnails. Really amazing. Okay, so let's actually open each one of those. Okay, so the first one is Performance Lab. Damn, really nice. Okay, nice colors, fresh, dynamic. I mean, image gen is just incredible when it comes to images and text. I mean, nothing beats it. Pretty nice. We've got our calendar, pricing as well. That's the second one. Nice. Definitely a website I would sign into. Pretty nice. And then the last one is yoga style, I guess. Guys, let me know in the comments below which one you would prefer. But I think I'm gonna pick this one because it has this kind of a table. I'm curious how it's gonna generate this. So yeah. Let's pick version number 1. Hey, I like the first version, Performance Lab. So let's go with that one. Good stuff. So Codex has generated the HTML. Now it's doing the QA again. So it's testing visually it's testing, not just the code itself. Visually it's testing the HTML against the image that it generated using ImageGen. And this is awesome. I mean, if you're a small business owner and you are not using these tools, you are missing out. Okay, so let's have a look. So the QA actually did run for a while because it was testing against the image. It was also testing the mobile experience, which is pretty good. So we've got our copy, which is definitely something you would expect from a gym. So it works as well. Hovers, pretty nice hovers with the icon color change. It's worth pointing out that there's not too many colors. Everything's on brand. I like that. So, okay, so let's have a look. Programs, nice hovers, schedule. So this is not going to work, but that's okay. And we've got hovers over the classes as well. We can click on one, I believe. Yeah, just one HTML page. I love it. It's pretty nice. Let's actually look at the responsive version of this, see how this actually looks. Yeah, so the menu actually changed to be a mobile friendly. Anchors still work. You can actually scroll within the table itself. Okay, there you have it, guys. Let me know what you think. If you're using Codex, what do you think about the GPT models? They seem to be a little bit slower than the Opus models in my experience, but hey, it might be different for you. So let me know in the comments below. And yeah, like and subscribe if you like the videos. And I'm going to see you in the next one. Thank you. Bye.